What is going on, everyone? Welcome to today's live stream. Did get a new monitor, and I also realized that my monitor is way too big to fit on Streamlabs, so hopefully the video comes out pretty good. So with that being said, welcome everybody. Hope all of you are having a wonderful day today. Let me go ahead and pull out this live stream on my mobile device to go ahead and make sure that we are good to go. I don't know, it's not showing up. What's going on? It says waiting. Let's see. Let's double check. It says live on my end. Let's see how it looks. Actually, it doesn't look too bad. Actually, low-key looks pretty cool. Actually looks pretty cool. Let's go ahead and smash that like on my own video. Yeah, it's not too bad though. Not too bad. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and notify everyone on Discord. Alright, so it looks like it's perfectly loading. So let's go ahead and get started. It looks like the bull market is back. Bitcoin is not looking too bad. It actually looks like it's holding support. So let's go ahead and dive into the charts and see what we see on today's markets. Let's go for it. So yeah, so before I actually go forward, I mean, crypto bubbles right now, as you see, everything's kind of red on the month. Most of these altcoins have dumped over 40 to 30%, as we talked about these last couple of weeks. Gala being at a freaking sell, man, 42%. Same thing with Ordi, Floki, Jasmine. Damn, there's actually quite a bit of these tokens that are worth with 42% in a month, man. Sui, I know Sui has been pretty nice. Brett, Pepe. Man, a lot of freaking sells. Let's go over on the daily, see what's going on. So the daily looks like a little minimum right now, not much. Looks like we're getting a little bit of recovery. Looks like the market's trying to recover. Looking at the hourly, it looks a little more onto the neutral side. As you see, there's more red than green. But I do believe this should be changing very, very soon. Let's go ahead and take a look at the fear and greed chart. As you see on the fear and greed chart right now at 20 levels of greed, man, 29. As I always mention, not financial advice, but typically when we have this level of fear in the market, this is typically the time to go ahead and buy. This is the opportunity that we've all been waiting for during this time of the market. So let's go ahead and look into the charts now. But before I do go ahead and get started, I do want to go ahead and shout out, Blofin down below in the description down below. $50,000 in sign-up bonuses. Actually, I'll take that back. It's not $50,000. It's $5,000 in sign-up bonuses and no KYC required. All the way up to 100x leverage. Literally very similar to Bybit with no KYC. So I would highly recommend and encourage all of you to check out the link down below in the description. Not only is it one of the best platforms, but also it does help support the channel. So go ahead and use up my link. So let's go ahead and go into the charts. Let's look at what Bitcoin is doing. So looking at Bitcoin right now, what I'm looking at, it's looking really attractive, is on the daily. It's not looking too bad right now. Now, on the daily, as you see right now, if we do go ahead and continue to get rejected, we could go ahead and see a possibility of around $47,000 on Bitcoin, which is not going to be too good for the market. I mean, worst case scenario, what I think might go ahead and happen is that we go ahead and see a dump all the way down to 47, and then just see a reversal from within this range, making new all-time highs for Bitcoin. But one thing that I do see super interesting is the DXY. So the DXY is actually doing something very similar to what Bitcoin is currently doing right now at the moment. So the question is, will the DXY continue to get rejected at these levels? And if it does, we could be expecting a 104.075 sooner than we all expect. As you see, sell signal has been triggered on the technical, so we'll see where things go moving forward. Stock market closed pretty well today. As you see, NASDAQ continues to make new all-time highs. It seems like every freaking market continues to make a new all-time high besides freaking crypto, man. It's like, what's going on here? Everything has been going up and Bitcoin has just been slowly bleeding. Like, this is a pretty bad shakeout. Now, let's go ahead and look into the 4 hourly, right? Because I think that's where we're probably going to get most of our data. So looking at the 4 hourly, I do believe that as long as Bitcoin could hold this range at around $55,000, we could probably see a movement where we see Bitcoin probably even go as low as right here and then bounce back around this range, trying to retest back onto our previous area of resistance. I do believe there's a possibility we could be seeing an inverse head and shoulders pattern forming on the daily, similar to what we saw of action back over here on this chart right here. As you see, inverse head and shoulders pattern, and I think this could be a very similar move right here as well. So let's go ahead and do, what is this? Take this off right here, as you see. So I think that's where we could go ahead and be having the inverse head and shoulders pattern right here. So fingers crossed that does actually happen. Now time will tell. Now going into the smaller time frames, let's say we find anything interesting. So smaller time frames is okay, nothing too crazy as well. I don't know. I just kind of have a feeling that, you know, we should be seeing a reversal very soon in the market. This is not it. We could go ahead and end the week very, very strong. I mean, tomorrow's already Thursday, which is actually quite shocking, right? I mean, worst case scenario, as I mentioned, is we see this $45,000, $47,000. I mean, this worst case scenario. So just prepare yourselves for more red if that does happen. But if we do go ahead and hold the support pretty well right here at 56,000, then we should go ahead and see Bitcoin rocket pretty soon. So let's go ahead and take a look into Solana, because we know Solana has been a leading factor in this market so far. So let's see what's going on with Solana. So Solana getting rejected at these areas of resistance. So will Solana be able to break through, or will it go ahead and get rejected at this level of 143? Well, we'll see. Hopefully we could go ahead and break through that. And, you know, as you see, this was a major fake out, trying to make everybody think that this was, you know, finally the end. But even if you look at Solana, same very similar structure where we break down from out of this downtrend, making it seem like we're going to finally reverse, and then we see one last shakeout leading down before we go ahead and see that breakout to the upside. So also, as you see, an inverse head and shoulders pattern as well. So we could probably be expecting the same thing with Solana, you know, this kind of movement where we go ahead and kind of do that inverse and then we kind of shake out the market. We could. I mean, that's an ugly looking inverse, but yeah, it's possible, right? So we'll see where things go. Hopefully we, you know, we reverse from these levels and then break above. But I'm definitely ready to go ahead and take advantage of some sort of bull market. But honestly, everything just is looking, even if you look into SUI and these other tokens, it just looks like they're all getting ready to continue to break down to the downside, right? So we do have to be very, very careful. I don't know, could be a good time to short. I might look into some opportunities, maybe even shorting Bitcoin. But right now, the market definitely is looking interesting to go ahead and enter some shorts if we do continue to get rejected, right? Because we could go ahead and see a nice little move, such as if SUI continues to get rejected alongside with Bitcoin, we could probably see more than a 30% move to the downside. So very interesting time of the market. I wonder what they're going to go ahead and pull out of their sleeve, right? So let's go into the meme tokens and talk about those, even though I kind of don't want to, because that portfolio is down over 80%. And yeah, it's quite shocking to go ahead and see. It's definitely not something what we want to go ahead and see in the market. No 80 to 90%, but welcome to crypto. That's what you go ahead and get, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at our meme tokens. So Andy, nothing's really doing well on the Solana blockchain. I mean, let's go ahead and take a look at Crody. You know how bullish I've been on Crody. And I did mention that there is a possibility we fall below 1 million market cap, and that's exactly what we're currently doing right now. So it looks like we're probably going to continue to see some bleeding, or maybe it's just a fake out to go ahead and shake people out, and we might see some sort of move where we see Crody dump like this to these levels and then reverse from here. Very, very interesting, man. I'm gonna be completely honest. It's actually quite scary to see where the cryptos are going at these levels. So let's see what our position looks like. It's probably gonna be down over 60% now. Let's go ahead and take a look. 56%. So it's not too bad. It's actually not as bad as I thought, but from 13 SOL, which is worth 5 SOL now. Yeah, I don't know about that. We're down about almost 8 SOL. That's it's not too good, not too good. But I am pretty bullish on Crody. I'm hoping it continues to dump a little bit more, honestly. At this point of range of where we're at, like I've literally just been dollar cost averaging since the beginning up here, and then since over here in the market as it was following down, right? I was expecting to see some sort of reversal right here, and that's the opposite of what happened, right? So at this point right here in the market, you know, the last thing you want to go ahead and do is sell at a negative. So I'm not too worried about this position. I mean, I was already mentally prepared to see this thing possibly even retrace down even towards under $1 million market cap. So I'm ready for that. You know, that might be 700,000. So 700,000 market cap. So fingers crossed that doesn't happen. But if that was the case, even at this level of risk, throwing $200 at these ranges, definitely worth it in my opinion, because the upside is much greater than the downside in my opinion. Like at this point, there's not much I could go ahead and do with my position. I'm not going to go ahead and exit for a loss. I'm just going to go ahead and wait patiently, see where the market takes me, and if the market is showing some more red, which I was expecting, that's why I didn't buy the dip on Crody as much. I did actually buy the dip right here because I was hoping that this was the bottom right here, and it just continued to dump. So if this is not the bottom, then who knows? Maybe the bottom's all the way over here at 400,000. So if it does dump to 400,000, which is another additional 70%, bro, like my position is probably going to be down over 90%. At this point of the market, what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm literally going to go ahead and double down, and I'm not going to throw that much. I'm probably going to throw another additional $300 to $500 at these ranges, and that's it. I'm really not too worried. Like I mentioned, I'm more longer term perspective with Crody. So, and that's the thing, you know, the problem is that a lot of people start panicking when, you know, the tokens start to dump. As you see, Crody did a very similar move back over here. The good thing is that I'm glad that I didn't buy these highs. Like I actually bought quite low at around the 3 million market cap, which to me is not too bad. So worst case scenario, even if it does dump to this range right here, which mentally I prepared myself for that. That's why I haven't been buying the dip. I'm just cash ready at the side. I'm just going to go ahead and buy the dip, you know, because this could probably be the bottom, hopefully, and we see this kind of move. And, you know, everybody that does double down on their conviction plays, they're going to do very well. They're going to be laughing to the bank while everybody else is crying about what's going on with the market, right? So regardless of the fact, I'm mentally prepared for this kind of move to the downside. So if we do go ahead and see that happen, I will go ahead and load up. I'll throw probably an additional 3 to 5 SOL down at these ranges. As I mentioned, it's not that big of a deal. If you look at this chart with Crody, it dumped all the way down and out of nowhere, pumped, and then just consolidated before having that major breakout. So that's typically what we see with these memes. They kind of die off, the hype dies off, people complain, they cry. We kind of have this thing squeeze up like this again where it just consolidates and out of nowhere just freaking moonshots. And then this thing is going to go ahead and approach over next time, hopefully, over $1 billion market cap. That'd be pretty great, right? My short term is like 30 million market cap, but even at this, like, I think I'll be okay with my position there. So I'm not too worried about waiting on that. Also with what else? Let's see. On the base chain has also been pretty disappointing. Andy for sure, man. Like I loaded up quite high, like the 30 million market cap. But as I'm mentioning, like if you enjoy the token and you like the token, it shouldn't really matter where you're buying. Honestly, if you're dollar cost averaging, you shouldn't be too worried about the price action of right now, right? Because imagine if you knew, like, wouldn't you have bought Bitcoin at $100 when it was at $100 back in the day? you would have bought Bitcoin knowing the value of what it is today, right? Like if you would have known that Bitcoin was going to go to $60,000 and above, I could assure you, you'll probably go ahead and look around for some money. You might go ahead and look for some money, ask some neighbors, ask some friends, and put the money together to go ahead and purchase it because you know, you're confident that the position is going to pay off for you, right? And this is kind of in the scenario where we're in right now, where a lot of the meme tokens that I'm in, I knew the risk, I knew the reward, and unfortunately right now a lot of my positions are like literally at a break-even point because I did buy Andy back over here at these ranges. So there's a high probability Andy might go ahead and dump down to these ranges as well. So I'm mentally prepared to see another additional 75% retracement. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's not going to go ahead and hurt because I definitely have the opportunity to sell my bags over here and even sell it right here. But as I'm telling you, I'm here for the long term. I'm here for the next 6 to 8 months plus. I know a lot of these positions will go ahead and pay off. I'm really, really confident. And if it doesn't go in my favor, well, then oh well. I mean, it is what it is, right? We're on to the next. We try the next thing. But I'm pretty confident to say that I do believe that Andy's going to go ahead and reach those highs. Now, you know, I did buy at these levels right here, up at this high, like over 30 million, 30 million market cap. I ended up throwing like about, you know, almost 1K up in here. And now my investment's like down 70%. It sucks because I could have bought more. But as I mentioned, if we do go ahead and get this drop to additional 75% correction on the memes, you could even just throw $200 to $300 at these bottoms, and when it does reverse, it's going to pay off very, very well, right? Especially if you were like dollar cost averaging within these ranges right here, and then that dump right here, you just throw in like $300 to $500. That's literally all you need to make more profits and pretty much bring your average up or down, if you want to call it up, down, whatever, it doesn't matter. But yeah, man, it sucks, but what else can we go ahead and do, right? We just have to be patient. Same thing with Benny. Dude, Benny, 791,000 market cap. Wow, I haven't seen this in forever. So yeah, this looking at Benny at these levels, now that I'm realizing it, is quite fucking scary, man. So there's probably a lot of people panicking, and it looks like we're gonna go ahead and reach that prior levels that we were in. Like I literally loaded up on Benny at these ranges, and being at Benny at these ranges, you know what I always told myself? I wish I would have bought fucking more. So I'm glad to go ahead and revisit these levels one more time. So with Benny, dude, I might just have to throw in some money on Benny. I might just throw in $100 on there, because if this is not the bottom, same thing goes with Benny, man. We're probably gonna see it go down another 50 to 70%, which is not going to look too good. So these tokens are literally holding by the thread right now, and it's not looking too good right now. I'm going to be completely honest. We're seeing a lot of massive selling pressure across the market, but all we need is a little bit more confidence to go ahead and bring this back to action. So overall, with the memes, it's not looking too well, and this goes with all the freaking memes, right? So even though I'm just talking about like a Benny or an Andy, this is almost all memes right across the table, alongside with all the altcoins, right? Now, I do want to go ahead and leave you with a pretty good banger, and the good banger is Aerodrome. I think Aerodrome holds a lot of value. It is a DEX on the base blockchain, and as you can see, same thing with Aerodrome, man. And this is why I do think we could still continue to see more red to come instead of green, because Aerodrome is also getting rejected, and it could come down to this 9-cent range, right? So that's a nice freaking retracement dip right there. That's over 80% retracement right there. So fingers crossed it doesn't happen, man, because you can just imagine what it's going to look like in a market. But worst case scenario, and the good thing is that honestly, these are all buying opportunities. So it gives us a time to not only stack up on money, dollar cost average in our favorite tokens, and if you're down 80 to 90% like myself, man, just look at the positive side. It's on sale. Remember those tokens you've always told yourself, if only I was able to buy Aerodrome at these areas. Well, now might be your chance. Our chance might be coming soon. Same thing with Sui. I mean, Sui, I know it's been a very popular token, And I've been just, honestly, I just been a little bearish because I just think it's super overpriced at these levels right here. But now, dude, imagine scooping Sui at 57 cents or even as low as 40 to 30 cents, right? So, like, if you are bullish on something, I mean, imagine being the person buying Sui at $2 and now the market gives you this nice little shakeout out of the market that dumps 70 to 80%. There's our fucking opportunity, man. So it's all about perspective of the way you look at things in the market. It looks like there's going to be more red to come. The one thing that I find very shocking is that the stock market is doing well. The DXY is looking to get rejected. So what the fuck is holding Bitcoin back, man? Pure manipulation. It's like we've missed out on money. It's like we could have been fucking making money in the stock market this whole time. Well, fucking Bitcoin and crypto decides to do his own fucking shit, man. You can't make this shit up. Really, you really can't. So I hope all of you have a wonderful, great rest of your day. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. And remember, buy the dips, go make some money, don't be a bitch, and make sure to go ahead and use my links down below in the description. $5,000 in sign-up bonuses, no KYC, and I might just consider opening some short positions. I'll go ahead and catch all of you on to the next one.